Hi friends, my name is Dr. Kumar Shinde. In this video, we'll see how to print the Fibonacci sequence using Python programming. You are watching Tech Skill Up YouTube channel. You please like the video if you like it. Subscribe the channel if you are not subscribed yet, and you please click on bell icon to get the notifications from the YouTube channel Tech Skill Up. Then let's see how to print the Fibonacci sequence. Now, for this we need to see the logic for that and as well as a program in Python programming to get the Fibonacci sequence. Now let's see the logic for that. Like before going to know, otherwise before going to write the program in Python programming or anything in any languages, like we need to know what is the logic for Fibonacci sequence. Now before that, first we need to know what is the sequence of Fibonacci. Like first we can see here the Fibonacci sequence, it is like 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, and let's see how these values will be there. Now in Fibonacci sequence, the first value will become a 0 and the second value will be 1, like this. Here it is the first one and it is the second value. Then what about the third value? The third value is the sum of the previous two numbers. The sum of the previous two numbers. Now, what is the sum of the previous two numbers? Here it's 0 plus 1. That's why the third element is 1. Then, like the same thing, like the third one is this. And what about the fourth one? The fourth one. Here, fourth one is also the same. What is that? The sum of the previous two numbers. Now, what is the sum of the previous two numbers? It is 1 plus 1. It is 2. Like the same thing, the next one, sum of the previous two numbers, 2 plus 1, it's 3. Then for the next, sum of the previous numbers, 3 plus 2, 5. And then 5 plus 3, 8. And 8 plus 5, 13. Like the same thing. Then next number, 13 plus 8, 21. Like that, it's a so on. Here it is the Fibonacci sequence. Now, we need to print out all these Fibonacci sequence by using a Python programming. Now, first see the logic, how we can get all those things. See the logic for that. Like I will erase everything and we will start the logic for this. Now, let's see. Here first we need to take a number 1, a 0. Like the same thing, number 2, it is 1. Because of in the Fibonacci sequence, the first two numbers are zeros and 1, 0 and 1. Then from the third one only we need to find out. The third number and fourth number and the remaining numbers we need to find out. The first two numbers are 0 and 1. Okay. Now for this what we can do? What is the logic for that? Like first we need to provide some number because of here our program is to find out the Fibonacci sequence up to the given number, like we have to provide some number, like it may be a number, if I am giving the number is 5, if I am giving the number is 5, then first what will be the 5? The total number is 5. That means here the first one is 0, second one is 1, and third one is 1, and the fourth one is 1 plus 1, it is 2, and then the fifth one is 2 plus 1, 3. Now it is the sequence, it has to be printed. It is the sequence, it has to be printed. Okay, now for that, what we need to do? For this, what we need to do? First, we need to take a variable, like here we are taking some variable I is equal to 1. I is equal to 1. And then here we need to have a condition like a loop. Here I am taking a loop. It's like a while loop. And what's that loop here? I less than 5. I less than or equal to 5. Then after that, what we need to do? Here I need to print. I need to print the next number. I need to print the next number. What's that? Actually, here we are already provided n1 and n2. That means first number is 0, second one is 1. And then we require one more variable. What is that? To having the next number. That's why we have one more variable for next number. We have one more variable for next number, and initially I am giving the value is 0. Initially I am giving the value is 0. Then here first we are printing the value. Then we need to swap these values, like n1 will become to n2, and then n2 will become to the next number, like the other variable which you have created for that. It is the next number. And then what is the next number? Again, we need to have the next number is the sum of n1 and n2. The sum of n1 plus n2. And then one more thing is required here. What is that? This I value has to be increment. For this I plus equal to 1. I plus equal to 1. Now what will be happen? Let's see. Here initially we are having n1 value is 0. N1 value is 0. And then n2 value is 1. N2 value is 1. Then some next variable which you are saying, that value is 0. And in the loop, here we are giving the some num is 5. Some num, that means number of Fibonacci sequence is 5 we are given. And then what is the loop here? I less than or equal to 5. Initially we are given the I value is 1. That means what is the condition? 1 less than or equal to 5. It's true. And it enter into the loop. Then we are printing the next number, this one. What is the next number initially? It is 0. That means we are printing the value 0. Then what we are doing? We are swapping the values. Like n1 value, we are assigning the n2 value into n1. What is the n2 value? It is initially 1. Now we are assigning to n1. That means now n1 will become 1. Then what is the n2 value we are giving? N2 value is the next number. What is the next number? Initially it is 0. 0. Then what is the next number? Next number is num1 plus num2. What is the num1? 1 plus 0. That means next number is 1. Next number is 1. And then I value we are incremented to 1. That means now I value will become 2 now. Then it comes to the loop again and it checks the condition. 2 less than or equal to 5. Again it is true and it comes here and it prints the next number. What is the next number here now? Next number is 1. Now it prints 1, the value 1. Then the same process, n1 is equal to n2. What is the n2 value? N2 value is 0. That means it is assigned to 0 here. And what is the N2 value? We are assigning to next number. What is the next number here? 1. Then the next number is equal to N1 plus N2. What is the N1? 0 plus 1. Again it is 1. Again it is 1. That means the next number is becomes to 1 now. Okay. And then I value is incremented to 1. Now I value will become 3 now. The again comes here and checks the condition 3 less than or equal to 5 true, and it comes here and it prints the next number. What is the next number? It is updated one is 1. Again it prints 1. Then the same process, n1 is equal to n2. What is the n2 value? 1. That's we are assigning to n1. That means now n1 will become 1. And what is the n2 value? Next number. What is the next number? 1. That means n2 is also replaced with 1. Then next number is the sum of n1 and n2. Now what is the n1? 1. What is the n2? 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. Now the next number is updated to 2. Like the same thing, then after that I value is incremented to 1. Now I value will become 4 and it checks the condition 4 less than or equal to 5. It's also true and it comes to the loop and it prints the next number. What is the next number here? 2. Then again the swapping. N1 value will become to N2. What is the N2 value? 1. It is updated with 1. Then N2 value will be updated with the next number. What is the next number? It is 2. That means N2 is updated with 2 now. Then what will be the next number? It's sum of N1 plus N2. What is N1? 1. What is N2? 2. 1 plus 2. 3. Now the next number is 3 now. Then after that again I value is increment to 1. Initially it is 4. Then it will becomes to 5 now. Then again comes here 5 less than or equal to 5 true. Right? And it comes to the loop and it prints the next number. What is the next number? 3. And then n value will become to n2. What is the n2? 2. That's why n1 value will be changed to n2. And the n2 value is changed with the next number. What is the next number? 3. Then n2 value will become 3. And the next number is n1 plus n2. What is it? N1 is 3, n1 is 2, and n2 is 3. 2 plus 3. That means the next number is 5. Next number is 5. Then I value is increment to 1. Now it is 6 now. I value is 6. And it comes here and checks the condition 6 less than or equal to 5. It is false. Then the loop is terminated and it comes out of the loop. Comes out of the loop. Now at finally, what is the sequence we are printing here? Here we have printed 0, 1, 1, 2, 3. Here it is the Fibonacci sequence. And what is the number we are given? 5. That means the 5 numbers of Fibonacci sequence are printed. Okay, it is the logic. Now for this logic, here we need to write down a program in a Python program and we can run it. Okay, now for write the program, here I use the Python IDLE. It's the default IDE which is available with Python 3.12. You just open it and click on file and new file. Then here first I am taking one variable as an input. Now by using an input method, enter, number. Now, what is the meaning of this statement? Like you can see here, we are giving some input by the user at the running of the program, and at default, whatever that input which are given by using input method, the default data type is string, but here we need to perform some mathematical operations on these now. That's why before going to assign this input value to the num, we are converted into the form of integer by using int method. Okay. Then after that, we require some other variables like number one. Here we are assigned with 0, and num2, that's we are assigning with the value 1. What is these two? Here we are assigned the value 0 and 1. These are the first and second values. Then for the next number, here we have to define one more variable and initialize with a 0. And then declare one more variable for the looping purpose. Next, I am taking a loop. Here I am using while loop, and my condition is I less than or equal to none. What is the input we are provided? Then I am printing the next number. Next number. Just printing the next number, and then here I am giving the and is equal to a white space. Now by providing this, then what will be happen? Whatever the Fibonacci sequence we are printing, those will be print in a single line instead of printing each number in a single line. If you not provide this, then each number will be print in a separate line. Instead of that, print all the numbers in a single line. Here I am giving this and with a white space. That means each numbers will be print with a white space of space. Then the next process, swapping the variables, like num1 value we are assigned with num2, and the num2 value we are assigned with the new number, the next number. Then this next number we are assigned with the addition of previous two numbers. What are the addition of previous two numbers? Num1 plus num2. Then the last task is increment the I value with 1. Okay. Now that's it. Now what is the program here? We are taking the input, one number that we are assigned to num, and we are initialize the first and second elements in the variables num1 and num2, and then we are declared one more variable, that is the next number, to calculate the next numbers. Initially we are assigned the value 0, and then we are taken one more variable I and initialized 1 for this loop purpose. And in the loop, here we are checking the condition with the given variable less than or equal to num, that is which the number we are provided the input. Then we are printing the next number initially. After that, we are just swapping, like the num1 value which are assigned with num2, and num2 is assigned with the next number, and the next number is the summation of num1 and num2. And at finally we are incrementing this I value with 1. Okay, now just save it. Here I am saving with the name of Fibonacci, and here there is no need to use the python.py extension because of the default type is Python file only. Then you can see here the file is saved with an extension .py. Then you have a run option, click on run and run module. Now it is asking enter a number, because first we are entering some input and that we are converting the form of integer assigned to a variable num. Like here I am giving the number is 5. Then you can see here Here is the Fibonacci sequence 0, 1, 1, 2, 3. And if I run it again, and if I am giving the Fibonacci sequence number, the last number is 10. As you can see, 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, 34. Total 10 Fibonacci sequence numbers. Like if I entered with some 30, then we will get 30 numbers of Fibonacci sequence. Like you can see here, these are 30 numbers. Now it is the program to print the Fibonacci sequence by using Python programming. Thanks for watching my video. Thank you very much.